Hey there, it's BitB, and welcome out to another BitB stream. Thank you guys very much for coming out. Today is currently a Saturday, and oh god, give me a second. Sherma has a gun? Yeah, for people who are watching the VOD who don't know what's going on, I named the stream today, Who Handed Sherma a Gun? Why? Because I think it's a funny image. I like the idea of just like, you know, here, my child, go do a crime. Hey! Thank you, Evbay. And also, Evbay attempted to try and tossing something at me. I wasn't on screen just yet, but yes. Anyway, how you guys doing? I hope you guys have had a very good couple of days. How was your... That was 2 snowballs in a row. It truly is time for Christmas. It's beginning to look a lot like bullshit. Tasty. Anyway, how was your Thanksgiving? Did you guys have a good one? I had an interesting one. In that, like, I had Thanksgiving with a bunch of my family members and whatnot, and we were really excited to have a nice traditional Thanksgiving with all the sides and all of the turkey and like all of that jazz. And then we pulled the turkey out of the oven and cut into that son of a gun, and it was still like raw on the inside. Oh. So what ended up happening was we had to like basically carve around it and grab all the parts that like actually cooked, which was not much, and then like we had to subsidize our food pallets with like sides, which is fine because, like, you know, Thanksgiving is sort of like the season of the sides, so it's fine. I just, like, nobody really like filled up on this Thanksgiving. It's a good thing that this particular holiday has an absolute shitload of food to it, because when the main dish dies, all the rest of the dishes kind of file in place. Oh yeah, mashed potatoes. Delicious mashed potatoes. Handmade. Very delicious. For Thanksgiving, it was nice hanging out with family. My cousin also had a baby on Thanksgiving. What? Oh, okay. They had a baby on Thanksgiving and got to hold her little baby. Okay. For a second, I was just like, somebody got in labor and then had baby on Thanksgiving? Oh my god, that was a very busy Thanksgiving. No, it's just like they happened to have child in hands and then passed it like a football. Ordered my new laptop. Thanks again for your help picking it out. Yeah! Zsil is getting a new laptop, and it's freaking awesome. I'm a little jealous. Just a little bit. Because I'm like, I want to have this power mobily. How dare you? I don't know, like, it's got some good stuff in it, like a fairly decent, like, modern Intel processor. He's got like it's got a 5070, if I remember correctly, for a graphics card. And I know, like, there's a difference between 5070 in a card and 57 on a mobile device. However, 5070 is like nothing to sniff at, you know what I mean? Like, that's some good stuff. Like, that is a chip I wish I had in laptops growing up. Like, that thing flies. So I hope you enjoy that laptop. Like, I hope it really expands on the amount of things that you can do. Oh, also, we got into conversation about, like, RAM. Apparently, now this might have been just something lost in translation, and I'm betting that that's probably what it was. But, according to Zsil, apparently Zsil was talking to, their dad, which is, like, somebody who actually, like, you know, works with laptops and all that jazz for a living, or, like, works with companies that do laptops. And one of the things that he mentioned is that he believed that computers with 16 gigs is just fine because Windows 11 is not capable of reading anything more than 16 gigs anyways and doesn't know what to do with the rest of it. And I'm sitting there like, no. I disagree with this. I don't think that is true at all. I have a computer and I have 64 gigs and I use that, you know, a lot of that frequently whenever I do Blender and stuff. So, and like Windows 11 can handle that just fine. So, no, That's incorrect. 16 gigs is not the max you can get. In fact, I recommended that you should probably get 32, because 16 is doable in this day and age, but like if you're doing anything intensive like video editing or something in that capacity, you probably want to be doing something with like more RAM than that. 32 is like my butter zone number, you know what I mean? Carl says, now that I read my message, I wrote it very weirdly. Oh, Carl says she gave birth the very early morning of Thanksgiving Beppy. No, that's perfect English. But seriously? That's insane. Wait, so did they allow the baby out of the hospital immediately after birth? That don't happen often. Hopefully 32 gigs of RAM is good enough for me doing streaming and video editing. It absolutely will. I can guarantee you that. Maybe like if you're starting to get into live stream territory, that might get a little bit icy, but RAM is not something that's really like taken up very much by live streaming. What does get taken up, on the other hand, is your processing power, whether it be your CPU or your GPU. I should know. I've been fighting those things the entire time I've been doing live streams. It's insane. Anyway, so we got ourselves a Silksong that we need to be playing today. Excuse me, drink of soda. Okay, let's go ahead and move on over to the tab. I believe I was just doing a lot of like exploration. That's it. Not experimenting. Exploration. So let's do the thing. Moving over to game. I went to visit her in the hospital. Brought her the leftover food from early Thanksgiving. Oh, I'm sure that she appreciated the heck out of that. Whoa. Delicioso. Let me raise the audio for the game PC just a little bit. I think I lowered it for some reason. Hey, asshole.
The shrine awakened. It calls out to him, you see. Safe here. Come on over. Blah, 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 blah.
Okay, so, yeah, last we played, we found this first shrine, and I guess this means that there's going to be many other shrines that I need to find over the course of me running around and doing all sorts of what's it. Oh, I happen to see that there's a land located, like, that way that I have not explored. Very interesting. Very intrigued. Yep. What could be over here? Oh yeah, you. Actually, come to think of it, no, I stopped at that bench. Hello. Hello. Hey, asshole. Ow. Shit. Hey, maybe I could run. Shit! I didn't know there was a second one! Okay. Well, I deserve that one. No, it's funny. Oh, what the? So, oh, everybody's here. Sunclave. Hey, Hawk. Rest. Oh, it's a square dude. Oh, the music here is very gentle.
Well, see here what your brash behavior has wrought, Bellringer. Just as I predicted, this once peaceful sanctuary is now crawling with all sorts. We've the beginnings of a shabby little settlement, all huddled around this old shrine.
These poor bugs are all victims of the Citadel and its insidious attraction. This place draws them up into its maw, only to consume them utterly.
Aye, inside and out. It's nothing but a grand, gilded lie. Well, at least these few stragglers can enjoy a moment's safety. Poor fools.
Alright, let's see what we got here. If this place must provide shelter for everyone, ragged bugs who wander in will need supplies and currency. So if you're reading this, empty your pockets. Donate 300. I think I could do that. How much do I got? I got 360, dude. I can do that. Absolutely. Here. Take my money. Take my money. What's the reward for that? Wouldn't it be funny if my reward was 300? That'd be great. Anyway. The old merchant pilgrim, Jubilana, was seen wandering down the coral chambers, but she never made it up here. Has some foul fortune befalled her? A wandering merchant. Okie dokie. Hunt. Find pins. Our settlement sits defenseless. No more. When the worst comes, we must stand ready. Bring us pins of the choir bugs. Those blades still sharp and strong. Okay. Will do. Anything over here? Oh, they cleared out the bodies. They didn't do a very good job. There's... Oh, wait. Is that a live person huddling for warmth? Yeah, I think so. Poor bastard. Spooky, hello. Now, I don't... Spooky, you live somewhere... if I'm remembering correctly, you don't live in the United States, so you probably don't celebrate Thanksgiving, if my memory serves me correctly.
So what do you weird people do aside from celebrate Thanksgiving?
Yeah, you live in the UK. Yeah, right. You got nothing to be thankful for over there. Hello. Anyway. Ah, God. Balls. Owie. Woo! He did. Problem. There's a second one. And I am hurting. Hurting bad. We celebrate Nerthing. Okay, maybe I can, like... Oh, hey! That helps. What? Ow! Yikes! I feel like I need a sharper blade for this. Maybe. Maybe just a little... Oh, hi! You moved into the foreground.
So you found this place too, sister. The Citadel's grand promise has been strangled away by cursed thread, but at least the great bell here grants us some sanctuary. We're amongst the blessed few, granted just a little more living. The Citadel chose us, granted us a little more living. For what purpose, though? Who could say?
If anyone dares to even utter the words Thanksgiving, we just mock them for acting American. Fair. Absolutely. I mean, Thanksgiving is kind of like a sham holiday anyways, I feel. Here, I'm just gonna skip all of y'all. Goodbye. Yeah, what you gotta do, eh? Can't leave your fight zones, can ya? Anyway. What's up there? Where am I? What am I doing? I think downward is a place I've already been to. Oh, what the fuck? There's a third one? Well, nuts to you, then. Why sham? Because, like, the entire idea behind the holiday in the first place is, like, thankfulness for what we have and, like, you know, trying to... celebrating pilgrims and all of that jazz, but then, like, you look into, you look into the history of, like, you know, the United States of America, and you realize that a gigantic portion of, like, what we have done in the past is basically, like, conquest! Including taking out a lot of the settlements and a lot of the locations that natives tended to hang out in. So it's just like, yeah, we can... like, a heck of a lot of, like, that particular holiday is just kind of like, I don't know, tainted with a lot of... It's tainted with a lot of irony, you know what I mean? Just be like, yeah, let's be thankful for what we have and what we do. It's just like, no, Yeah, thankful for the fact that the pilgrims of the past went and just stormed the United States and took everything over. Anyway, what do we got going on here? I see boss happening. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. The dancers! Ow. Oh, shit. Ah! I wasn't entirely sure what we're doing. Okay. Fine by me. Thank you for the yippee. Oh, dear. Well, now I gotta run all the way back. I feel like I need to have, like... Oh, you love this boss. Neat. Oh. Bah. Shit! Good thing I emptied my pockets, eh? Now all of my rags and riches can hang out inside this town forever. Yeah, these guys are tall. See ya. Oh, Jesus. See ya. Goodbye. Good boss music. Where I work at a market, there are a lot of American tourists at the moment because of cruises and stuff. But instead of turkeys, we just sold a lot of Yorkshire pudding.
Too bad. Go back to your smelly American place.
All right. Cogwork dancers. Oh dear. Ow. Oh, geez. Okay, that happens there. Ah, they're in love. Adorable. Balls. Don't you tell me for even like a split second that games are not art. Holy shit. Ah! Probably my second favorite boss, really close to being my fave, but there's another later on, can't help but love slightly more. I gotta give Silksong and Team Cherry credit for one thing in particular, and that is their bosses are like very like creative and like, you know, filled with character. Since you finished Pac-Man World Repack, may I recommend a super awesome SpongeBob game that released last week? I think I know which one you're talking about, and like, I've heard some good things about it. Problem is, I'm a little bit strapped for cash at the moment, especially considering, like, you know, the holidays are upon us, and also, you know, I just recently got an oven and all of that jazz, so... Oh no! Oh. I'm a little bit worried about the idea of, like, ow, killing either one of these people, because, like... Ow. Because clearly they're in love. The second you kill one of them, like, the other one's gonna go apeshit. That game is kind of a tie-in with the new movie, which actually looks pretty great. Ooh, nice. I have seen little bits and pieces of like what the new movie is going to be. The new movie looks like it's pretty good. Hello, I'm here to fight again. Oh dear. Yikes. Nova says, sorry I'm late, I was on a plane. Hey, no problem. And also, congrats, excuse me, congrats on being able to be on a plane. I suppose, you were probably on a plane for, you know, Thanksgiving and, like, meeting with relatives and stuff. Dang it. Can't stay because I'm about to get on another plane. Oh, absolutely valid. Brian Doyle Murray isn't playing the Flying Dutchman in the movie or for some reason, but otherwise excited. Interesting. That's weird. Ren. Hey, Bray, how's it going? So is this like, it's the same sort of movements except faster now? I can get down with that. Ow. I tried to jump. Yay, they love each other. Oh, jeez. I use Twitch on my phone, and I have no idea how to set up my App Store wallet, so I sadly cannot sub. That's perfectly fine. I got no problem at all with anybody who, like, either can't sub or doesn't want to sub. Like, no problem whatsoever. Or just, like, doesn't have the ability to sub, like, you know, from a financial standpoint. It's appreciated when you do, but, like, you know, I wouldn't want somebody to put themselves, like, out there. You know what I mean? Thank you for the apple. Apple pie. Apple bottom jeans. Boots with the fur. Wonder if there's an overall, like, really safe location that you can be in. Oh, shit. See you later, Nova. Oh, shit! I was expecting them to, like, cross, so that was a safe area. Nope, it's not. Does this game have a port on Switch? I'm willing to bet the answer is yes. I don't 100% know about that, but like this seems like a game that would absolutely run on a Switch. Ow. Zseal has the Switch version, so yep, confirmed. Oh god, they're doing it again! Oh, now they're independent with each other? Oh, balls. Yeah, God. That sucks. All right, well, I'll get my head around it eventually. For some reason, I can't hear the word Nova without thinking of why don't you come over, red light supernova. So I am uncultured as shit. I don't know what that means. It's probably a sin to not know what that means. Ow, I just got hurt a lot. You've never heard of Chappelle Roan? You know, the name almost sounds familiar, but I probably did not ever see Chappelle Roan, no. Chapel Roan. Ow. Oh, it's spelled, it said Redding? Oh, weird. She's one of the biggest pop stars in the world right now, and she is super campy. Oh, super campy lesbian, and I love her so much. And her musical is freaking Oh yeah, and I love her music. Very neat. I'll probably end up finding out about them, like, you know, sometime soon then. I'm very outside, like, the, you know, the pop music sphere. So for me, like, whenever I hear anything related to pop music, it's usually, like, quite a while after, like, it's super ridiculously popular. But, you know, eventually, pop culture eventually, like, you have no choice but to adapt to pop culture. You know what I mean? Like, you figure that stuff out real quick. I'm trying to remember, what was the last, like, pop culture thing I remember, like, having absolutely no memory or information about, and then, like, you know, one of those things where you're just like, how the hell did you manage to avoid hearing about that for years? And then it's just like, oh, now I know. What's it? I gotta have an example somewhere. God, that part is, like, messing with my brain. Her big hit song that everyone knows is called Pink Pony Club. Wait a minute, I think I might know what you're talking about. Are you talking about, like, you know, Pink Pony Club, da 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 da? Is that it? I might know that. See, I know. There's another interesting thing about me that you should know about. When it comes to names of people, my brain is applesauce. I don't remember anything about names. However, if you tell me something about, like, a song someone did or a movie somebody did or, like, you know, some art that they did, that will stick in my brain a heck of a lot more than a name. Yeah. Also, I remember people's faces a lot more than their names. So I think I know who you're talking about now. I'm not, like, super up in you know, pop culture with it, but, like, I think I know who you're talking about. Please tell me I'm right, otherwise I'm spouting nonsense right now. Sounds like you heard it. Yeah. Not surprised. It was everywhere last year and a lot of this year, too. Uh-oh. Ah! Early loss! I'm gonna be here for a while. Damn it! Those guys are very difficult to avoid. Like, you can, but he's just like, freaking Bowman. Found some pictures, and my sister took at the stage. So you ended up seeing this person live. That's freaking awesome. Singing for ages. Aw, that's cute. Whoops. How dare you? Only problem is that when everyone was leaving, it was like a stampede and you could see a huge cloud of dust. Ooh, that's terrible. Yeah, that's kind of the main problem when it comes to any concerts whatsoever. Like, suddenly, nobody has any reason to be in the vicinity anymore. And it's just like, okay, I'm out. And then, like, you know, it's just everybody plowing towards the exit. And it's just a big old, like, concentrated line of people. I've been to concerts, and yeah, that is a constant. So jealous. Concert tickets to her are insanely expensive now that she is super famous. I think like the last like concert thing that I did was with like that Weird Al concert that I said I went to, which, by the way, random aside, I don't know if I've talked about it on the stream or not, but Weird Al made the announcement that he is expanding his like bigger, weirder 2025 tour into 2026. So if you want to see Weird Al, like this, he's kind of like, I'm not going to say he's in his prime or anything, but he's still like amazingly good. And it might be one of the last chances you have at seeing this person live in like, and his set is super fun and really fun. Actually, no, really funny rather. So yeah, if you like Weird Al whatsoever, this might be your last chance to see him live. I don't know if he's ever going to do another concert again. He's getting up there in age. You'd like to think that like he would just keep on performing until he's like, you know, 87. But who the heck knows? I would say get your opportunity to go see him, especially since he has expanded into 96 extra shows, I think. But anyway, the last concert that I ended up going to was, yeah, that Weird Al concert, which was extremely fun. But I do remember that, like, you know, the very end of the concert was basically just a gigantic flood of people just leaving to and, like, you know, heading towards the exit. Because, again, we don't got to be here anymore. Weird Al is still kicking since he's older now. You know what? You know what's really crazy? Like, I figured, so my thoughts were, he wasn't going to be running the shows similarly to any of his previous shows. Because, like, he is getting up there in age, and I'm just like, you know, as you get older, you're probably dealing with a lot of, like, arthritis and shit. You know? Like, why would you go and do some of the crazy stuff you do on stage when you are at the, you know, the ripe old age of, like, 60-something? No, he does all of the things that he did in his previous Weird Al, like, concerts. Holy shit. Like, Weird Al still, like, you know, he gets in his funny costumes. He gets in the fat suit. He does, like, you know, I'm trying to remember what other, like, acrobatic shit he does on stage. He also has, like, sequences where he, like, you know, swings his legs around in, like, you know, weird motions, and he's just, like, he still does it. Oh, I killed them with a, I wasn't expecting to kill them with a, you know, a heal move, but yeah, that's what happened. Wait. 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 Oh no, wait a minute, no. No, this isn't okay! No! I can't kill you in this condition! Game, let me out! Open the door! This is bullshit! Oh no. You can't do your super move anymore. He's just a robot. He doesn't know his other half is gone. Oh, game, how dare you make me do this? Get this triumphant music out of here. Shut up. That was tragic. God. Everything about this, like, clockwork boss was really fun. Pilgrim of Farlam Eternal. Oh, dear freaking God. All right. You, a rare chosen who hath ascended to this final threshold, listen to our wish. Deliver it, that you may rise above and see your pilgrimage end. We would hear the songs of the architects and the core of our citadel, rather. They who sustain our realm, its walls, its floors, and its voice, even as others fall silent. We would hear the voice of the keepers within their grand vaults. They who guard our history, our prayers, and our secrets across the ages. We would hear the melody of the conductors high in their gleaming towers. They bearing the heaviest mantle who would guide our land ever on to greatness. Pilgrim of Farlam Eternal, regale us with our threefold song, that you may rise above and worship before our kingdom's divine heart. Intrigue. Sorry I'm late. Completely forgot it was Saturday. You know, that's valid because, like, I think the holiday's really been messing with me as well. But yeah, hello, Phoenix. How's it going? And Spooky is going to bed because they're feeling eepy. Makes sense considering, again, you are, like, completely different time zone. Well, now that we are all, like, cogcore. Hey, what's you guys' favorite music? Mine's... I guess we're going down. Ooh. Knock, knock. I wish to have a bench, please. Oh. Hooray. I don't have a, you know, I don't have a map for this place, but oh, hello. Keep disconnecting and I had an anxiety attack. Oh, I'm really sorry to hear that. Who's this guy? Oh, very nice. God, I'm so happy that I just get handed maps. My favorite music is anything upbeat. I like the music. See, yeah, for me, God, music is just infectious in any form to me. Like, if it has, like, good beat to it, I can vibe with it. I'm not very picky, despite the fact that, like, God, I remember a long time ago I used to watch a lot of, like, you know, picky reviewers and stuff like that. Really, like, stuck-up reviewer types that, like, they have to be, like, critical about freaking everything. And, I've grown up since then, and I've realized that, like, you know what? My tastes are not very refined. Not really, you know? I like to think that I like more highbrow stuff, but, like, I'm perfectly fine with listening to something like, you know, pop, rock, jazz, ska, EDM, like, whatever the fuck. It just depends on, like, you know, who's making it and whether or not I'm in the mood at that current moment in time. Speaking of, like, reviewers, though, like, that I remember watching way back in the day, there is one that I do still follow and that I still watch. I've talked about this guy several times on the stream, but I'm sure there's a lot of, like, newer folks out here who haven't heard me talk about him. Have you, how many of you have watched Todd in the Shadows? Yeah, die. Ooh. Fancy. Yes, he's still seen him. Yeah. Then you know what I'm talking about. Also, it appears there's some sort of, like, you know, boss-esque thing going on at the top of this chamber. Also, hold on a second. Stop for it. Let me listen to this music. Holy crap. Yeah, this is up there. This might be one of my favorite tracks. It's like a clockwork boss. This is freaking great. Been watching him since he was part of that guy with the glasses. Mm-hmm. Yeah. That freaking nightmare. For some reason, I don't really like German or Irish music. I just can't get into them for some reason. I really can't handle punk rock or heavy metal. Oh, I really like punk rock and heavy metal. Oh, balls. Careful. Fall off. Oh, there he goes. So where am I going from here? Ooh, what's in here? Whoa, hello. I enjoy a whole assortment of music genres. Kind of assortment of music genres. Oh, wait a minute. Kind of like a charcuterie board. I like to munch on a bunch of different things. It kind of depends on, like, what I'm currently, like, vibing with at this current moment in time. You know what I mean? But no, if you guys have not seen Todd in the Shadows of stuff, Todd is a guy that has been around for a very long time. He's kind of like an internet, like, what's a good way to put it? What's a flattering way to put it? He is one who has been around the internet sphere for a very long time. Also, boss. Team. Oh, ow. I've been enjoying old jazzy-like music. Okay. Oh, frick. Bugs! Oh, what the fuck? Who are you? What, do you throw stuff? I'm assuming you throw stuff. Oh, scheme. You know what? Nuts to you. Oh dear. Noted. Our friend is doing the witchcraft cleansing ritual for my whole family that involves eggs and some spicy seasonings. What the frig? Okay. He's an old school content creator, which is weird to think that about, but yeah, probably started in like early 2010, which was like 15 years ago. Even the most of my playlist is video game music, fan songs, random songs I like, and Lord Huron. It's supposed to cleanse you of negativity. That's... I mean, you know, I've never heard of a... have I ever heard of a negative egg? I'm not entirely sure. New wave music. Anyway, so, yeah, I've been watching, like, Todd in the Shadows ever since, like, the old, like, 2010 era. He is a music internet reviewer. He very much did start out with, like, the whole, hey, look at me, I'm an internet... So there was a very specific template back in the day of internet reviewers. It was, hi, I like listening to negative music and negative content, and then I review said negative content in a negative fashion. Popularized by the angry video game nerd, but, like, you know, couple other, like, you know, people who have also done stuff like, you know. Then of course there's the nostalgia critic and blah blah blah. Everybody kind of jumped onto the train of, like, you know, I am angry reviewer, except I listen to this, or I am angry reviewer, or I read this. In this case, Todd kind of hit the whole, like, music thing. He did pop song reviews at a time when pop songs were, like, gigantic back in the day. I mean, they still are, but, like, they were even bigger back then. And yeah, he kind of went at it from a standpoint of looking at all of the negative things that he could possibly think about. Though he doesn't... That's not really, like, his bread and butter now anymore. He still does reviews, but he has, like, much more nuanced critiques on stuff now, which is, like, really, really nice. Another thing is he's branched out into doing, like, you know, kind of his own little flavor of, like, video specials and things, including, like, you know, he does these retrospective videos talking about old celebrities and such. Caustic critics were big in the late 2000s and early 2010s. Mm-hmm. Yeah, caustic critics. That's a good way to put it. I like his train record series, which I guess are technically negative reviews, but I love his See, yeah, he does still, like... It's not like you can go completely without having some sort of negative critiques. However, like, I do appreciate when, it's a lot more, like... What's a good way to put it? It's more constructive criticism, you know what I mean? It's like the critiques are coming from a place of actual wisdom and actual, like, you know, knowledge about a particular subject, as opposed to just being like, you know, here's this thing. I'm going to say a whole bunch of jokes on this thing and then give it a bad review because, haha, bad pop songs. One-hit wonderlands are often pretty positive if he likes the song, though. Yeah. I have to agree. So, again, his two, like, majorly hit songs... Oh, wait. He kind of has three shows that are very, very similar to each other. But they have kind of different structures to them. One of them is his pop song review show, which is his classic, like, hey, I'm going to cover a pop song, and I'm going to talk about what's good and what's bad about it. He's got Train Records. Actually, I'm going to go in order of, like, when they premiered. One Hit Wonderland, which One Hit Wonderland is a thing where he covers a one-hit wonder, which, if you've never heard of the term, one-hit wonder is somebody who has made one hit song that hit the charts, and then they never hit the charts again. Which happens, like, fairly often, actually. Like, there are a lot of people that they have, like, one really good song, they release it, and then you just never hear anything from them again. However, Todd tries to expand on that, and he talks about their history, that being, like, their past, and, like, you know, what they did to get up to the point when they got big, and then what did they do after they got big? And, like, did they try to capitalize on their you know, their big hit, did they not give a shit and just keep on doing what they do? Did they actually succeed multiple times that we completely forget about? You know, that kind of thing happens. Oh yeah, his end of the year lists where he covers like the top 10 best and worst hit songs. That's another thing that he does. Count that as like a fourth version of a show. And then Train Records, which Train Records is, it's not like a super new show, but it's like the newer show that he's, well, like, you know, a newer show that he's done. The entirety, so One Hit Wonderland is all about covering somebody who had success one time and then never again. Train Records is about somebody who has hit major success, but they had one album that they released that killed their career. And it's so interesting because, like, it's crazy to see these, like, you know, these amazing icons of pop culture and then remembering, sometimes you forget that they have these weird slumps where they go and they make something that's like inherently really, really, really bad that made people completely forget about them. Or at least, like, you know, I think his the way that Todd puts it is that, like, you know, maybe Train Records is not the finality of somebody's career, but it's like the end of them being relevant in pop culture, essentially. Oh. Yay, one more. One more. Where's this go? Oh. Neato. All right. Okay, so that way is now open. Oh, so ow. So this room is basically, this room has become just a regular, like, enemy room. How dare they? Okay, well, I'm gonna go back and go grab my my corpse. Now, I just recently watched a whole bunch of Todd in the Shadows stuff. It's been a while since I've seen his videos, so I just kind of, like, marathoned at least 3 or 4 of his videos that I haven't watched in a really long time. And yeah, I did watch his video talking about Taylor Swift, and I love how, like, that video was basically him being like, man, it's good to be back hating Taylor Swift for once. Because he's made, like, a lot of videos recently about him being like, you know, I was wrong about Taylor Swift. Taylor Swift is good. Taylor Swift makes really good music. She's a pop idol. And so, like, you know, with the new album that she sent out, where, like, you know, finally, it's a circumstance where not everybody is 100%, like, you know, fawning over the fact that Taylor Swift made an album. Ooh, this guy. Is that guy a tea kettle? He's dead, regardless. Anyway, I have achieved that. Her newest album is a disaster, apparently. See, I'm not going to say 100% if it's a disaster, because I don't really listen to Taylor Swift. Not really my thing. Some of her music I do really like, don't get me wrong. But, like, you know, I'm not, like, an avid Taylor Swift fan, so I think it'd be wrong for me to just be like, yeah, this song sucks. Her music sucks now. Not really my place to judge. All right, where am I at? Where do I want to go? I'm going to say this way. Oh. How dare you? Okay. Ah, Florian is here. Me when the Silksong. Hello, how's it going? Hope you're having a good day. Haven't heard it in full, hence why I say apparently I just haven't heard many positive things about it. Yeah. No, that's wise. That's a good move. I've gotten little, like, samples here and there of some of the songs that she's made. And, like, the only criticism I have is that I personally don't feel a whole, like, you know, I don't feel a strong connection with any of the subjects that she's trying to cover. You know, like, cancel culture and things like that. I mean, you know, it's not that cancel culture cannot be covered. It's just kind of one of those, like, when Taylor Swift covers it, it feels very vapid. And it feels like it comes from a place of, I don't like mean girl energy. I think that's a pretty good way to put it. I don't like mean girl energy. So when Taylor Swift talks about cancel culture, I'm just like, it's coming from the perspective of somebody that gives off major mean girl vibes. And I'm like, I don't know if this works well. Not for me, anyway. So that's one of the reasons why I don't personally want to listen to some of the music that she's putting out there. Who the heck is this? Damn it! Oh man, I'm making the wrong calls here. I'm just like, I'm sure they'll bounce over me if I dodge this way. No. No. Incorrect. Alright, where am I going from here? She's really bad at taking criticism and likes to write songs about how everyone is being mean to her. Like, girl, you're Taylor frickin' Swift. Who cares what random lures? It's like, yes! Dude, absolutely. Like, what does their opinion matter, like, whatsoever? Like, who cares if, like, you know, such and such individual from, like, you know, this public... Insert this publication here doesn't like your music. Does that matter much to you? It shouldn't. I think, like, Todd said it best when, like, he said that he personally likes when Taylor Swift covers stuff that doesn't have to do with Taylor Swift, which is unfortunate because, like, you know, when you are a music artist or an artist in general, you'd like to be able to make music and make content based around you. But it's more like, it's better when, like, somebody like Taylor does, like, you know, like when Taylor is like a story writer or something like that, that's when her music kind of like shines. Or like when she is singing about certain subjects that like are relatable. Funny enough, it gets, you know, it starts to stretch away from being good when she starts talking about, oh, look at my Hollywood vapidness and all of that jazz. It's just like, I don't care. I really don't. Owie. I guess I have that kind of issue when it comes to a lot of music, but specifically with Taylor Swift's though, like, it's just like you're singing a song about being famous, being successful, and the struggles of being famous and successful. And while I know that there are some artists out there that have actually done a really good job at covering that subject and making songs that are really good about that, I don't know if Taylor's really good at it. And like, personally, like, I would prefer to hear a song about anything else aside from that. You know what I mean? She wrote a really great song about ignoring the haters, Shake It Off, but she seemed very bad at taking her own advice. Yeah, that is pretty ironic. Anyway. I think I opened the door. I could just leave. It's like I have a little shelter over there. Owie. Those bombs kind of remind me of the Green Goblin's, like, pumpkin bombs. Specifically the ones from, like, the Spider-Man Sam Raimi movies. Yay, they dead. Do I get any bonuses from that, or was that just for, like, cold, hard glory? I'm assuming it was cold, hard glory. Anyway. Oh. Very well. Hello. Okay, anything going on in this room, or was that just like... Oh, wait. Oh, I thought that looked suspicious. It's not. This floor here looks kind of interesting. I don't know if there's anything to that. I'm just gonna hit this lever here. Whoa. Cool. Okay, nothing over there. Cool. Oh. Where am I? Oh. Hey! Wait a second! Here, this way. This freaking game. Alright. Oh, Lord. Ooh. Do I have enough? Oh! More thread! Neat. I'll take it. Is that all that's here? Just funny little knickknacks and hookahs and weird stuff. Owie. Oh, I want a bigger thread meter. Bigger. Make it bigger. More. Alright. So that should be all of that. Okay. Clearly there's got to be a way to go up, right? Ooh. I see what could be done here. It's treacherous, but... Or no. Okay. Dang it. I think I can make this. It's difficult, but I think I could do it. No. Perhaps. No. No, doing that does not help. I'm nearly dead here. Where's the nearest? Oh, okay, all right. Well, fine then. Oh, the tortures of being a spider in a watch. Whoa! I don't know. I'm trying to think. What are some major bands that I remember listening to back in the day? Oh yeah, I remember this. So apparently there is this one like singer. I don't remember who, like what they're called. I was talking to my mom about them, and apparently like they made this song called "The Reason," and I guess it's a really popular song right now. And she was telling me about this song, and like the first thing that I thought when she was discussing this with me was like, first of all, she was like, have you heard the song The Reason? And I'm just sitting there being like, the only version of The Reason that I recognize is the one made by Hoobastank, and that's not a very good song. So I'm going to take a guess and say you probably are talking about something else. And she's just like, no, not frickin' Hoobastank. And I'm just like, yeah, I figured. How many people even remember Hoobastank? Probably, literally nobody. Yeah. Oh man, this is tough. But gosh dang it, I want to climb all the way up to the other side of this place. Oh god. Oh, whoops. Ah, dang it. Literally also thought of Hoobastank's song when you mentioned a song called The Reason. Yay! Generational brain rot, let's go! Ow. People nowadays remember like bands like, oh, Green Day. Green Day was a really good band. And you're just like, oh, yeah, let's talk about all like the good stuff that happened in like the, the 90s and the early 2000s. Oh. There's one thing that I was thinking about maybe doing for a stream one of these days. Like maybe for like a casual stream. Literally like just looking up a list of all of like the top hit songs of like the 2000s and talking about what my opinions on them were. As somebody who did not do a heck of a lot of song listening, but I remember the songs being in pop culture. And the sad part about like, a lot of the music from back then was that like you couldn't escape it. Like there were so many record label deals to like get music into promotional material and stuff, and it's just like you were also like in Hollywood movies and stuff, you constantly heard these songs all the time, either on the radio, in movies. You heard them in like, you know, you heard them in like the store when you went to like Hot Topic and all that jazz. And I'm not saying that kind of thing doesn't happen nowadays. It absolutely does. But it's like, I think back on a lot of the music that I remember listening to back in the day, and I realized that there are a couple of people out there that like probably didn't deserve to have the kind of recognition that they did. Sounds really fun, not gonna lie. Tomorrow is a casual stream. I could do that. Although, the other day while we were doing casual streams, I had that one idea of like, you know, going through all of the Splatoon, you know, the Splatoon Splatfests and figuring out like which ones were really good and which ones were really bad. Maybe you could rate songs on my soundtrack to my childhood playlist, which is filled with 90s and 2000s pop songs. Interesting. Oh, God! Possibly. I was thinking like, man, do you think there's a, I'd really like for there to be like a tier maker, like a tier list maker thing. Dang it. Give me a second. My cord just fell over. There we go. I've gotten really close to getting to the top of like this particular area. Anyway. No, I was just thinking about looking up like, there's probably a Wikipedia article somewhere of like, top hits of the 90s and of the 2000s. And we just go through them, and I can like, oh, God damn it, talk from like, you know, personal experience, what my opinions were on some of those songs. So, I mean, some of my opinions are going to be like, I was a literal fetus at the time. And then other ones are going to be like, you know, that was okay. Like I said, my taste for music, God damn it, I hate that fear. My taste for music is like, it's not that bad, honestly. Like, it's, well, depends on your definition of bad, I guess. Like, I don't know. I don't have music that I like inherently hate. If I had to say anything though, I would say that like, there are certain songs that were played way too often, way too much, and that did kind of change my perception of them over the years. Pop songs of the 2004 tier list, let's go! Oh, God, yeah, we'd have to go through it year by year, wouldn't we? Maybe you could, okay, hold on a second. I already read that. I just remember when I was a teenager, there were a lot of songs that I either personally listened to or was subjected to because I was in the demographic of the edgy teen. Evanescence comes to mind. We should hear songs from the Now That's What I Call Music albums. Did this belong on the Now That's What I Call Music albums? God, that's a genre that no longer exists anymore. Holy shit. Ow. For you, like, you know, Zoomers and, what do you call, like, what are, like, hold on, not Zoomer, but, like, is it Gen A? Or what's the new generation called? Anyway, for the generation after Zoomer, anybody who lived, like, after the age of streaming services came along. I made it! Yay. Zoomers and Gen Alpha. Thank you. I don't know why. I kept on thinking that alpha was the wrong word for some reason. I was like, no, because like then that means alpha males, and I'm just like, and I didn't want to like make fun of anybody in Gen Alpha, just being like, haha, alpha male scum. By the way, that's a joke. I'm not against anybody who identifies as an alpha male. I'm more like concerned about their headspace and their interpretation of the world, but I'm not like against anybody like that. Basically, anybody who's just like, oh yes, to be a true alpha male gamer, one must have such and such, like, qualities to you. Owie, I fell. No, one needs to be super buff. Go to gym every single day. There was no checkpoints up to that point, was there? Though, I did open up that one door. So I don't have to deal with, like, that one stupid part anymore. So that's good. Ow. Anyway, back to what I was saying before, though. For all you Zoomers and Gen Alphas that didn't grow up with this thing called compact discs, it was this round-shaped thing that kind of looked like a Blu-ray. What, Gen Alpha, you don't know what a Blu-ray is? Oh, God. Okay, so a Blu-ray is... Anyway, no, it was this, like, thing. It was a flat... coaster-looking thing that had a hole in the middle of it, and you used it to hold things like music and movies and stuff like that. And you could buy, compact discs with music on them at the store instead of going on the internet and downloading those songs, or what you mostly do nowadays, which is stream them from Spotify. And that was the only way that you could get yourself a sample of all of the best music that was available at the time. And there was this thing called, Now That's What I Call Music. They had many, many different volumes of it. And it was basically just them grabbing some of the best music of the era at the time, throwing them onto a CD, and being like, there you go! You don't want to buy an entire band's set of albums and music? You could just buy our thing and get a whole mix of a bunch of stuff. The animation where Hornet lands on a saw is pretty violent. Pretty violent, yeah. Kids, before we had YouTube and Spotify, there were these CDs called Now That's What I Call Music, which were just collections of currently popular pop songs. This is such a weird concept now that we've got the internet. Like, seriously. We have specifically bespoke CDs that got released that had some of the best music out there. But nowadays, you just go to Spotify and you make a freaking playlist. Like, good God. Y'all remember when McDonald's Happy Meals had CDs from toys sometime? Yes! I do remember this! Matter of fact, I remember there's an old stream that I did a while back. Don't watch it. It's unfortunate and sad. I'm going to go and look up this picture real quick. But yes, McDonald's did have CDs inside some of their Happy Meals that they released. Specifically, Mighty Kids Meals. How many people remember Mighty Kids Meals? It was basically like Happy Meals, except they had a little bit more stuff in them, and they were a little bit more expensive, and you got other stuff along with them. Well, one of the things that they gave out... Let me pull up a picture here real quick. Yeah, there we go. They had an entire set of Yu-Gi-Oh! Like, Mighty Kids Meals, 4Kids discs that they released in, like, for as an advertisement for Yu-Gi-Oh! And I have a whole set of these. And I did a stream where I looked at every single one of them, which honestly, I probably could have gotten away with just watching one of them because all of them are basically exactly the same, except having like slightly different stuff inside of them. Oh yeah, they had Yu-Gi-Oh CDs. Yeah. Like you bought them from Mighty Kids meals, and then you it was just glorified advertisement. You know, here, let me pull up. This was the main menu of those DVDs that you got. They weren't DVDs, they were like interactive CDs that you plugged into like your computer. But yeah, that's what it looked like. And it was basically sort of an encyclopedia of a bunch of info on Yu-Gi-Oh! Like, you know, duelists, monsters, wallpapers, music. All the things that you can just get from the internet now instead of on a CD. Yeah, music, gameplay, rules. I'm assuming that's rules for Yu-Gi-Oh! Millennium items, Pharaoh's Chamber. And I remember, like, these CDs had, like, hidden letters in them. You found the hidden letters, you, like, collected them, and, like, I think you wrote them down, or, like, that you collected them somewhere. And then you could take those letters and you could plug them into, like, a secret code area, and it would give you, like, one piece of like, a wallpaper for, the frickin' for Exodia. Yeah, I remember now. Like, you got like 1/3 of a wallpaper for Exodia. And so if you got all 3 of the CDs, and if you managed to go through all of them and collect all 3 pieces of Exodia, you could slap them together in, like, you know, Microsoft Paint or whatever the heck, and you would have a full picture of Exodia. Which is funny because nowadays people just upload them online. It's so many things from my childhood are so less interesting now that we have the internet. Good lord. Fuck you talking about? Season 1 of Yu-Gi-Oh! Had new rules. That is very true. They kind of just, like, threw the rules, like, completely out the window. Screwed the rules, I have money and all that jazz. Whoa! I know this area! I didn't think there would be a, Here, wait a minute, move that again. I didn't know there would be a lever down here. Or at least I think I know where this is. Yeah, I know what this is. What the heck is that? Hello? The rules literally weren't written yet. They were still developing the real-life card game based on the one in the anime and manga, and didn't have finalized rules until the Battle City arc. Interesting. I actually did not know about that. Box. Who the heck is talking right now? I see you back there. Door! Oh dear. Don't touch me! Okay. Anyway. Well, now I'm just thinking about like these CDs that I remember getting from my freaking Mighty Kids meals. Like, if there wasn't any rules for, I wonder what the rules section was then. Do I need to boot back into these things and try and like take a look at them and see what the heck they that thing said? No, there's a handful of streams that I remember doing way back in the day where like, now you know me, when it comes to video games, I like to, especially like games I haven't played before or ones that I haven't touched in many, many years, I like to go in like kind of blind just so that like you get my genuine reaction to stuff. The problem with that is that if you do that, you're going to end up like, there are veterans that are going to be watching you that are going to be like, you know, kind of pissed off at you, you know what I mean? That are going to be like, you know, just like, oh God, seriously, you don't know how to do that thing? It's so easy. God, this is so painful to watch. Just do it like this. You're making this so much more complicated for yourself, you know what I mean? And like, that can be true for any game whatsoever. My main problem is that when I look back on video footage like that, I unfortunately like have a very similar experience where like in hindsight I look at what I was doing and I go like, oh come on you idiot, it's not that complicated, holy shit. And that sucks because like that's video footage that is forever sitting on the internet for people to view at all times. And you know, that video for the Mighty Kids meal CDs, God, I suck at this. No, that video for like the Mighty Kids DVDs is still there. Like, you can go and find it and watch it on my channel right now. And I'm not very proud of that video because it's not very well researched, and in general, like, it's kind of frustrating to watch me amble my way through the menus and not knowing what I'm doing or where I'm going. The same thing goes with a couple of other video games that I remember playing back in the day too. Like, I remember back when I was younger, I played this game called like Hot Wheels Stunt Car Driver, and I remember really enjoying it as a kid, but as an adult, I don't remember anything about it. So I wanted to just recapture my nostalgia, and so I just booted it up, like having not played it for 20 years, being like, oh, it'll probably like, you know, it'll fit like a glove. I'll figure out how this thing works really quickly. I didn't. There were a bunch of mechanics that I actually did not know about, and that I completely screwed up on. And that sucks because that Hot Wheels video is one of the top stream videos that I have ever done on my channel. From strictly from a bunch of people that are going out onto YouTube that are actively looking for footage of that video game. And I could have made that stream better and made it good. So people are gonna find that video and just be like, who the fuck is this nerd? It's very much a lot of like, you know, missed opportunity, basically. God, all right. Like a situation where I could have had some, I could have had some form of like an interested fan base that's like really, Don't they realize someone has no idea what they're doing is part of the entertainment value? Is it? I'll agree. Sometimes it is. Not all the time, though. It's the unfortunate nature of, like, hindsight, you know what I mean? a lot of people forget that, like, not everybody goes into an experience with fresh eyes. And so when you look at something that somebody is getting a fresh experience for, it can kind of, I don't know, it can be a polarizing thing, because you're just like, God, I'm sick and tired of watching this person fail miserably at this one thing over and over again. Or not understanding a specific mechanic over and over again. Now, that exact same thing can happen on anything. Heck, you're currently watching me play a video game where that very, very likely is going to happen. Owie. Sorry, that was my bad. I find it amusing anytime I watch old footage of gameplay I did as a kid. I found a video game from like 2015 where I'm just mumbling a lot and trying to show how to do some glitches in SpongeBob. Oh, man. I feel that. I vibe with that. You know what I used to do? This was like way before I had access to like internet and stuff like that, and way before I had the tools necessary to be able to like do Twitch streaming and whatnot. I used to record my game footage on VHS tapes. Dead. Anyway, there's another like little blast from the past right there. I'm sure there's a very good percentage of you that are probably just like, what the heck is a VHS tape? What the fuck is that? But no, I used to like record video game footage and video game cutscenes on like VHS tapes so that I could always go back to them whenever I wanted to. And you know, that was a fun thing back in the day. Of course, nowadays we have like super crisp digital recordings of things, and you know, recording. Well, also we have like up-res footage of like certain games as well. Do you think kids today know the aesthetic of analog horror, but not actually where it comes from? Absolutely, yeah. I'm sure there's plenty of people that are just like, I don't understand what this grain... Like, you know, when they see the grain on the video footage, they're just like, oh my gosh, it's gonna get spooky. It's like, no, it's just a shitty VHS tape. God, this is really difficult to, like, no checkpoints. What the hell? No checkpoints, and then it throws you into, like, a boss fight. This is a saucy, terrible combination of things right here. I'll tell you how much of a nerd I am. I get, like, you know, really, really excited whenever I watch, like, video footage, or, like, you know, videos on YouTube talking about old formats and the differences between them and what made, like, certain formats look the way that they do. Like, there's this one guy that I watch called Technology Connections. You might know him. He's, like, this Midwestern, I think he's, like, Minnesotan, if I remember correctly. This like Midwestern guy who just covers like old technology, and the whole point of the name Technology Connections is that every single thing related to technology has some kind of connection to each other. You know, like you can link everything back to like the origins of technology as a whole. Basically, there's rhyme and reason for everything and every design that you see in technology. And that's kind of what he covers. He's just like, here's how it works. Here's why they did it. Here's the benefits. Here are the disadvantages. You know, that kind of thing. And he goes into like extreme detail on stuff. So he's done several videos talking about old like video formats. Some of them CD based, some of them tape based, whatever the heck. I think one of my personal favorite ones that he's done was this one video where he was talking about the difference between film and like tape footage, and the fact that like, so the reason why there's a lot of movies way back in the day that had the ability to be converted into HD was because like 35 millimeter film, so basically like, you know, film theater film, that stuff was created in such a way that it is literally just capturing all of the individual frames of a movie, like, and then replaying them back to you in sequence. Meanwhile, videotape is different. Like, videotape is actually a digital medium, which a lot of people don't really think about. It's like an electronic digital medium that is on, like, you know, a very long string of, like, magnetic tape. And the bad part about that is that it has, like, encoding type of errors and things of that nature. And so what used to be, or what could have been a potentially lossless visual or picture, ends up being downgraded to something like a you know, a digital signal that is being read off of a piece of equipment that isn't very accurate to begin with. And the problem is, like, with anything lossy, you can't really improve the quality of it that much. You know, there are no beta tapes out there that you can go back to that are just like, oh yeah, super crisp magnetic tape recordings. No, because, like, magnetic tape is a lot more, well, I'm not going to say it's more susceptible to damage than, like, any other type of tape. I think it kind of is, but, like, analog video footage that's, like, recorded from, you know, individual 35 millimeter frames has a better chance of being able to be upscaled. Especially if you still have, like, the old master tapes and, like, the master recordings that, you know, that tape initially came from. You know what I mean? All right. I'm bad at this. Here. I feel like I could just bounce off the gears on the floor there. I didn't think about that. Anyway, I did it. I made it through. And I actually have some health on me. All right, let's go. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Ow. You bastard. Doing a heck of a lot better now that I know what's coming. I hate how much health these guys have. All right, there we go. You bastard! Oh dear. Yeah, no! I had to get dinner. What did I miss? Just a lot of me dying. A crap load of it. Still hanging out in the cogworks. Ow. What's funny is that, like, my mission was to climb, like, to the very top of the cogworks again. You know, I wanted to get, like, to the upper side of this area, to the right. And then I got distracted with, like, this one path. And I don't even know how, necessary that path is, or if it's just me getting a bunch of, like, you know, extra bonus stuff. I don't know. Ow. Anyway, while my brain is currently sitting on, like, you know, old video formats and stuff like that, one very fascinating series that Technology Connections has done is this series on the CED. I think it's called the CED, if I remember correctly. If you have never heard of the CED, like, first of all, there is a wide world of a lot of failed or not very popular video formats that exist out there in the world. And the CED is unfortunately one of them that only lasted for a very brief period of time, but tragically was something that, like, I believe it was RCA that was making the format. Like, they so badly needed that format to succeed in order for RCA to, like, continue to be a company. And unfortunately, it didn't succeed, and RCA as a company is no longer the same. Like, it's been bought out, it's been, like, torn to pieces, and now it's kind of nothing more than just a brand that you see sitting on a shelf. And the quality could mean anything. Yeah, it kind of depends on which particular factory happens to pick up the RCA brand for that particular day. You know what I mean? That was a massive failure there. What the heck? But anyway, tragedies of RCA aside, the CED was, like, one of their crown jewels of technology that, like, they desperately wanted to succeed and become, like, a mainstream thing. I'm trying to remember what era it specifically started in. I think it was, like, this was, like, before VHS was even a thing to begin with. They had the idea in their heads of a video format that they could potentially sell to the home. Like, this is a dream that existed, like, far early on in, like, the in history. And so they wanted to devise a specific type of technology that could deliver video to the home, like home video entertainment. The way they thought of that was, well, how about we just utilize a technology that already still exists? And we just, like, you know... I'm dead. So the technology they decided to, like, you know, use for this home movie initiative was vinyl records. They were like, well, we already know how to make vinyl records. Because, like, think about this at the time. The easiest way to send, like, high-quality video footage out to people was through, like, movie theaters. And movie theater reels back in that day were absolutely ginormous. So it was far from being a convenient way for people to watch it back in the day. So they were like, well, what if we came up with a way to send a video signal electronically to people through vinyl? And so they came up with a vinyl disc, which was capable of sending like an electromagnetic, actually, it wasn't electromagnetic or just electronic signal. It was some kind of an electronic signal that could be read off of like a special version of like a vinyl record needle. Ow, I'm dead. I think I'm just gonna... I hate this part. So, like, think about that. Like, you know vinyl records, you know record players, right? Well, imagine a record player that was capable of, like, of sending video to your television, basically. That is what they wanted to try and succeed with the CED. And it took many, 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 many years of research to try and pull that off. And eventually they did, but by the time they had done that, they had spent like oodles and oodles of dollars on research on that particular product. And they also like wasted a ton of money on research for other products at the exact same time. And by then, there had already been like major strides in technology up to that point, including, I believe, Laserdisc was already a thing that had existed on the market before CED became a thing. But also, you know, the thing that puts the nail in the coffin, the VHS tape. Like, that managed to hit the market, and like there was absolutely no place for a record player that also played video at the exact same time. And the thing that like completely and totally killed it was not only was VHS a thing, but like it'd be different if like it turned out that the CED was higher quality than a VHS tape. You know what I mean? If that were the case, then they would have a leg to stand on. No, as it turns out, goddamn. As it turns out, their record technology was actually not very good. In fact, it failed constantly all the time. And that could not be said about, like, VHS tapes and stuff like that. Excuse me. VHS tapes were actually, like, you know, very convenient and did not fail nearly as much as CEDs. So... ultimately, unfortunately, that technology, like, died. And so did RCA with it, because they're just like, okay, all our research money has run out. Our technology did not succeed. We are no longer a good radio company. Goodbye. It's tragic as hell, man. I love learning about technology like this. It's fun to learn about failed technology. Well, again, go check out Technology Connections. Not only does he cover technology that failed, he covers technology that succeeds. He covers stuff that, like, is actually really, really cool and really, really good. And, you know, like, technology that, you know, what could be. I'm trying to think, what other formats do I remember hearing about? There's also another person that I've watched called Techmoan, and he's covered, like, audio formats a heck of a lot in the past, and video formats. Oh, an 8-bit guy. In general, I watch a lot of nerdy people on YouTube. A lot of people are just like, hello, here's a piece of technology. I'm going to go into detail about exactly how it works. It's just watching somebody hyperfixate on technology for, like, a good 30 minutes to an hour. And that makes me happy. Yeah, I think I could possibly skip on the floor in here. This sucks. Okay, there we go. Whew. We got it. We're good. Dude's just having a good time back there. Ooh yeah, ooh yeah. All right, let's see if I can pull this off. Please tell me I can pull this off, because not interested in going through this rigmarole of, like, you know, that stupid path again. I'm getting a lot of criticals. Holy shit. Ow! All right, here we go. Excuse me, out of my way. You bastards! Why? It's the constant, like, you know, you get hit like 4 times in a row and you're just like, stop! Stop hitting me! Fuck. So I'm thinking back to, like, the discussion that I just had about, like, you know, upscaling, like, analog video to digital. Like, actually, analog video and digital video. I did a terrible job of explaining that. I kind of mush-mouthed the ever-loving hell out of it. Anyway, to make it a little bit simpler, like, or, you know, to cut the chase on that one, like, analog video has a better time and a clearer time of being, like, upscaled and, like, converted over to large HD video. Digital is not, because digital is, like, it is a very specific, I mean, for example, digital video that you record on, like, your digital device nowadays, I mean, it's super, like, 4K HD. I don't see why or how you could see that, like, being upscaled. But you'll notice that when you do upscale certain things, it has a very finite amount of pixels that you can work with. With analog video footage, or, like, analog video frames, you can kind of, like, refocus the light coming off of a projector, and you can kind of come up with ways to, like, clean up the blurring on one of those. Like, you can blow one of those things up, like, significantly large. So those have a better time of being upscaled to stuff like super 4K or 8K resolutions. Can't really do that with, like, a digital, you know, a digital signal. And what's interesting about that is that you'll find, like, I think it was it Technology Connect? I think Technology Connections made this comparison. Stuff like Star Trek: The Next Generation, was recorded on like more traditional style. It was recorded on more like traditional style, like film cameras of the era. So you can actually go back and, like, you know, footage of Star Trek The Next Generation is like really, really crisp on stuff like Blu-rays and stuff. However, there are certain seasons of Star Trek that were recorded on magnetic tape instead. Well, those haven't had like nearly as well of an upscale as something like Star Trek The Next Generation. Because they cheaped out and they went for, you know, a video technology that isn't easily upscalable. But that's unfortunately, like, that's something that you regret in hindsight. You know what I mean? Like, it was perfectly serviceable back when this was like a television show that was premiering on TV. Like, nobody really cared. Now that we've moved on to like a lot of digital upscaled, like really good looking crisp video on like 4K TVs, it's a lot more noticeable. And also, like, it's very difficult to clean up the digital signal of a magnetic video. It's unfortunate, you know? Ooh, yeah. This sucks. This sucks. This sucks. The health on these guys are just obnoxious. God, how long have I been here? Excuse me. Itching nose. Oh yeah, while we're talking about random freaking formats, by the way, this just popped in my head. I saw an article on Ars Technica recently talking about a thing that I had heard about previously. Have you heard of tiny, I think it's called tiny vinyl? If you have not heard of it, tiny vinyl is exactly what is described. It's exactly what it sounds like. It is a vinyl record, except it's tiny. But the thing is, it can be played on a standard record player. Like, sounds familiar? It's kind of neat. So, like, the idea is it's like tiny, tiny little vinyl record that it only has the capacity of holding somewhere around 4 minutes of a song per each side. So basically, you can have 2 songs on one of these vinyl records, which for a lot of people, they're just like, well, what the heck's the point of that? You can't have a whole album on that thing. Like, that's goofy, that's stupid. Honestly, the reason for it is less to be practical, and I think it is just for the novelty of it. The novelty for you being able to say, hey, look, I've got this one Backstreet Boys song on vinyl. One Backstreet Boys song. Singular. Not the album, song. I think it's neat. It's very precious. Now, whether or not it's actually going to succeed as a format, who the frig knows? Because, like, that would require people adopting it and all that jazz. And, like, I don't know a whole lot of people who are interested in playing vinyl records. I mean, I'm definitely not one of those people. I do have some vinyl records in my collection, though. Like, for example, I've got, like, the Hat in Time vinyl record. I've got, like... Well, I talked about the Weird Al Squeeze box, which I'm not gonna go into that again because I'm gonna hyper fixate on that for like an hour. I've got let me think. What other vinyl records do I got? I know I've got a bunch of other ones. I just don't recall exactly what they are. I think I got some Halo records. Oh, there's one record that I got that's actually really cool. Let me look this up. I'm gonna see if there's like, oh, oopsies. I'm gonna see if I can find an animated GIF of this because that would make it work very, very well. Is this a GIF? No, it's not a GIF. I want to find a GIF. Or GIF, I don't care how you pronounce it. Suck my balls. Oh, there it is. Yeah. All right. So, there is... I had to buy this strictly because of the novelty of it. Like, I have no other reason to own this aside from that. Is this... Hold on a second. What, Yeah. Okay. So, when The Force Awakens came out for Star Wars, you know, it's Star Wars. Oh, Z-Cell says, I have the Mother 2 Earthbound soundtrack on vinyl. Can't remember where I found it or got it, but it's dope. Radical. Ooh, that's fun. Do-do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do. All right. So, I went and I picked up the Star Wars The Force Awakens vinyl soundtrack, John Williams. Hope-de-doo-de-doo-de-doo. Here's a picture of it. Oh, dang it. There we go. Yeah, that's what it looks like. And, like, you know, it's neat. Now, I was not, like, massively enthralled by the music in The Force Awakens. Let's be real, like... It's not bad, it's just not something that I'll actively go and listen to again, especially not on vinyl. On vinyl, it's just like, okay, whatever. The reason why I picked up this soundtrack, however, was because of a really clever and crazy freaking feature that they had on the vinyl. I don't know how they managed to do this, but they rigged up the grooves of the record so that if you're looking at the record at a very specific angle, it shines light in such a way that it looks like there is a hologram of like, you know, a Star Wars ship of some kind hovering over the record. Here, I have a GIF of exactly that. It looks like this. Is that not the coolest fucking thing you have ever seen? If you're looking at it at just the right angle, you can see like a floating, spinning representation of one of the ships from Star Wars just like floating there. Like, look at that TIE fighter. Holy crap. And I believe the other CD has got the Millennium Falcon spinning. Like, ooh. I couldn't stop myself. I was just like, oh, I must have this. This is so cool. This is so neat. That's wild. What the heck? Yeah, right? I didn't know that was a thing that was possible, but like, yeah, somebody figured it out. I don't know how they, how did they manage to do that? I think it was, if I had to take a guess, I would say that the music portion of the record is probably on like the very outside of the record. And then the inside of the record is basically just nothing but like, you know, all of the grooves needed to like make the hologram actually work. Because like, if you actually look at this record from like, a different angle, you could see all of the trace marks where the hologram is supposed to shine onto it. But yeah, it's really freaking neat. I had to buy it. I'm just like, oh, stupid me, stupid collector. Holy shit. So there's a part of my vinyl collection. Here, I'm gonna see if I can just skip these guys. Screw it. Ow. Leave me alone. Heal. This sucks. I just want to go to the boss fight. This place sucks. This place is awful. I don't like it. Cut it out with your stupidness. Sorry. Ow. Ah. What the fuck? What the shit, man? It's time to dive back into my memory about vinyl. That way I stay nice and sane. What other vinyl records do I have? Oh, I think one thing I got once was now this was when I had already bought the Weird Al Squeeze box. However, I was very curious about owning the original, like, you know, an original record for Weird Al. So I went and I picked up, I think I picked up Dare to Be Stupid, if I remember correctly. There, I made it. Anyway, I picked up Dare to Be Stupid, just because I wanted to compare and contrast between the album that was in the squeeze box and one that you could find, like, you know, out in the wild, like an original copy. And there are a couple of differences between them. Number one, that, like, I mean, obviously it's a lot cleaner of album art, but it's the same album art. But then I think all of the vinyl details, if I remember right, I don't think the vinyl details were on the vinyl or something like that. Or, like, it was very simplified information about the vinyl. Like, it had, like, the song tracks, and then it didn't have any of, like, the copyright elements on it. Because, you know, you bought the squeeze box. All the copyright elements are going to be on something else, like, you know, somewhere on the box for the squeeze box. They decided just to not print them on the dedicated records. Trying to remember what else. There was probably something else that I forget. What? Ooh, yeah. Ow. Stop! There we go. Oh, I ran into a bell. Ah, God damn it. Oh, making me sad. Making me sad. Oh, I don't need to go up here. What am I doing? So this just randomly popped in my head. While we're talking about, like, you know, reprints and all of that jazz, I think I talked about this on the stream a while back, but one Christmas, I decided to get my mom a very, very nice gift. She had, like, this very old cookbook. Come to think of it, I'm just going to go ahead and stop and look up a picture of it. I think it was the... There we go, I found it. I'll go ahead and just, like, you know, drag and drop this over here. All right, so my mom owns, like, a large collection of books that, like, either she has personally bought or old books from, like, her grandma, like, you know, way back in the day and all that jazz. And one of the books that she remembers my grandma having, like, way back in the day is this one. There we go. Betty Crocker Picture Cookbook. It's like one of the first, like, picture cookbooks that was ever released out to the public. And, like, yeah, I remember that this was actually a cookbook that my mom used on the regular, you know, when I was growing up. Like, she would go into this cookbook and she would find all sorts of different recipes that, like, she still uses to this day, including, I think there's, like, a chicken and dumplings recipe that she still makes from this cookbook. And, like, she liked it, and he's very nice. Well, one day, I decided I wanted to see if, like, I just out of curiosity, I decided to go and, like, look up cookbooks or something that I wanted to get my mom for a present. Well, color me surprised when I happened to find this exact same cookbook that was for sale, except it was a reprint of the original cookbook from all the way back in, like, 1956. And, like, the exact same book, same one. It's just, like, a different publisher and different manufacturer of the book. Like, so it had the same, like, outer art. It had the exact same pages on the inside, same wording, except it's, like, nice and crisp and clear. The pages aren't yellowing, and, like, you know, in general, it just looks a heck of a lot nicer. So I decided to go and pick this up for my mom as a Christmas gift, just as a nice little, like, loving little touch to our history. And specifically, I bought this with not with the idea to replace the original book, because the original book was kind of falling apart, but I wanted to get, like, a different book, so that in the event my mom wanted to maybe take the original book and bound it up and, like, put it somewhere safe so that it didn't fall apart anymore. But if she still wanted to use the book as a recipe book, she could still do that. You know? Like, something to hold the sentimentality of the original one while also being able to use the original. Also, it's kind of neat to be able to, like, look back on a book like this and see it in, like, its original form before it, like, wore and tore. You know what I mean? However, the interesting thing about it is that there were some subtle differences between this book and the original book. One of the key ones is that on the back of this copy of the book, there's a barcode. And you don't think about that. Barcodes is not something that existed at one point in history. Like, barcodes only started being a thing in around, like, 1980 something. So back in the day, if you bought this book, you didn't buy this book with a barcode on it. You bought this book, like, as is. So it's kind of interesting to just look at the back of this book and see a barcode and go, what the fuck? What? That's not supposed to be there. Oh man, that's another video I remember watching, like, not too long ago. Again, another nerdy YouTuber that I frequently go and watch videos from, Cathode Ray Dude. Ow. And he is a YouTuber that he doesn't really have any particular structure for exactly what he covers. It's literally just, hey, here's a piece of technology that I'm currently hyperfixating on, and I want all of you to follow along with me on it. That's it. That's all it is. But it's really entertaining and interesting stuff, because he'll cover, like, old computers, he'll cover, like, old cash registers, he'll cover old audio equipment, he'll cover like telephones and stuff like that. And one of his recent things that he's been covering lately is cash registers and things related to cash registers. And he's just, oh yeah, so, and one of the things associated with cash registers is barcodes and barcode scanners. And he was showing off, like, old video footage of, like, you know, video footage of the 1980s of people being interviewed by the news. And, you know, people talking about barcodes as being this newfangled crazy thing, and just being like, nah, barcodes are a fad. They'll never be big. Nowadays, it's just like, oh yeah, barcodes are just a thing. It's just a constant in society now. Die. Why did the bell throwers have to be so freaking slippery? Oh, yeah. I'm done! I did it! I'm getting the fuck out of here. Anyway. All right, what's my reward for managing to make my way through that hellscape? What do I get? Oh, a new area. Whispering Vaults. Curious. Very well. Oh, that looks great. Can I get a bench, please? Hello. Nice light bulbs. Oh. I don't like it. Okay. There is something down here. What could this be? Ding ding. Just turn the chair upwards, okay? Like, oh, okay, I broke it. What the fuck? I don't like it. Hello? Psalm cylinder. Hey, it's sort of like one of those wax cylinders that you put music onto. Sorry, old format joke. Anyway, metallic cylinder of Citadel make etched with a recording of sound. Oh yeah, that's literally what this is. Okay, cylinder can be played in a gramophone. Oh God! All right. Well, conveniently there happened to be like the horn of a gramophone located over here. Well, thank the Lord. Oh, it's snowing outside. Not sure if it'll stick, but it's very pretty. Oh, I'm done with snow. Can we be done with snow? I don't want snow anymore. Okay, where does this go? Oh. Yo, hello.
She carries a precious cylinder. She must give it, share it, claw to claw. Pass it, and this vault keeper shall grant their wisdom. Just a small taste, a trickle, a glimmer of our citadel's sacred understandings.
Yes.
Yes, she gives. It is ours.
I have passed the relic, Vault Keeper. Now uphold your promise and aid me with your insight.
Troy, demanding a vault keeper, hers is impudence enough to bring death if she did not carry the scent of weaver spawn.
So you know something of my ancestry, learned bug. If it gains me favor here, then I'll expect your service in full.
Long, dead. Your vicious kind are meant to be better, methinks, to stay as such. Yeah, but this one was taught. It shall fold its claws. It shall pass its knowledge as much as is clean. Only to a first child must a vault keeper defer.
Voices of choir raised in sacred song. I'll take your snow for a bit. No. Well, okay, maybe. Keep safe, Vault Keeper. I may expect your service in future. And I'd not have you pass before the task is complete.
Yeah, no fool this keeper. It has lived long, watched its fellows wither, but it shall not die, not yet, not while knowledge needs be sought. This pact is made, weaver spawn, in sight for us, both she and it. This holy citadel, in glory and fall, there are holes in its history, even to a keeper's knowledge, even to the vaults. Seek the cylinders, she must, those are jugs of intricate insight. Bring more to this keeper, and only this keeper, for in this citadel none are left possessed of such sound, sharp mind as it.
Well, that's a little bit of a mean thing to say about everybody else.
What?
All right, so, Vault Keeper. Very well. Oh, good. That voice sounds so hard to do. Does it hurt your throat? Kind of.
It's not so bad. It's kind of like Stitch. It's another Vault Keeper. We shall want the tapestry. We want the wax cylinders. Please give us wax cylinders. We likes it. We needs it.
There we go. What do we have down here? Gonna head out. Have a good one, everyone. Thanks for coming in. I appreciate it very much, Carl. I'm hearing something shiny. Intrigue. I also see this here. There's got to be some way to, like... I'm guessing I'm going to get some kind of an ability. Yeah, some kind of an ability to be able to, like, hit downward very strong and, like, push up a bunch of these guys. Yeah, that's what it looks like. Oh, this is bad. Come on! You jerks! Alright, I killed him. What were they even doing over here? Why did I kill you? Oh. Ooh, okay, never mind. So my mission is to just, like, you know, go underneath this. Okay, got it. Well, then that must mean I have to... What the... I see. Oh. Clever. Very clever.
We want it. We need it.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I love that voice. Very Gollum. Anyway, oh, I gotta hit from down here. Oh, how do you do that? No clue. Oh, wait a minute. Ahaha, simple. How do I get up here? I guess go around. Or there's nothing that says that this thing has to stay here. Yeah. Twitch completely crashed on me, so I went and dig the egg ritual. Egg? Egg. All right. Up this way. Up this way. Where's this go? Oh. What is this? The music stopped. Where am I? What's my goal? What's my objective? Welcome to Bit ASMR, where I just say stupid shit in your ear. Gargle flargle. Shell! Alright. More gears. Kinda hoping I was done with that. Where am I at? What is this? What is the point of this environment here? What? Oh, you know what? I keep on seeing these rings everywhere. I'm willing to bet this is probably a ring that I have to pull to activate something, to like open up a door. And then like from there, we move into like other territory. That's my guess. What's this? Memory locket. Nice. Nothing else over here. Gosh. There's an upgrade that lets you do stuff with those rings. I've been seeing them a lot, so I'm guessing that upgrade will likely help me out with a lot of stuff. Oh dear. Sorry, was that yours? Dead. And I am completely... Hi.
Weaver thing. Does she hope to spy upon our treasured records? Within our vast store, always more there is to know. The old methods of prayer to this land, to its rulers, and to the strength of its heart.
What the fuck are you going... What? Sorry. Oh. So I don't have a mapper for this area, and tad bit lost, not gonna lie. Hello. God, those guys have a lot of health. Jesus. I need to power up my shit. Okay, where do I go from here? I don't know. Oh yeah, that's right. I didn't go that direction because I saw a big guy and I went no. Ooh. There we go. What is this? Oh dear. Oh, wait. Did I get it? There we go. Silk Eater! Hey, I'm looking for those. All right. Sorry, sir, I don't speak cryptic. Bullshit! Bullshities. Oh, hi. Sorry, was that yours? I'm coming in here and stealing everybody's stuff.
My precious larvae.
Aw, I like how when you hit the glass, like all of the bugs like freak out. Just like anything? Oh. Anything more in here? No. Yep, I think we're good. Ritual is supposed to get rid of evil eyes from what I was told. I actually feel so much happier now that we did that. If it makes you feel happy. I'm gonna see if I can maybe take out this guy, because I took out one in the basement. Oh.
Leave with him. Does she hope to spy? Blah, 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 blah.
Ow. Your internet is just all kinds of silly. There we go. Not too hard. Just, you know, need to keep the pressure on. Anyway, what is this place? Oh! Where's this go? I see spikes. A jet of air. What is this? Machine. Model of the... Yes, please! Whispering Vaults map. Oh, yeah. Songclave. There's so much in this game. What the? Oh, I see. Gotcha. Roundabout way to get back over here.
Bellringer, you might think me a dullard, but I understand this place and have, well, good senses. Brought here, weren't you, from beyond the border of our lands?
You are correct. The one who waits atop the citadel, through their hospitality, I arrived in this kingdom. I seek now to return that welcome in kind.
Beastly words, them. Finely spoken, but beastly all the same. I just pray you don't bring any more unneeded pain down on the heads of these gormless little pilgrims.
Okay, so now there is a hole in the floor. Lovely. Ah, relaxing. So what else do we got to go on here? So we have explored an absolute, not a crap load of this, but we took a look at like the cog core. Yeah, cog core. And we still haven't even gotten to the cogwork core properly. Like we haven't gotten to like the top part. Very curious. It'll be interesting to make our way over there. And then what else did I end up? Hold on a second. I ended up doing stuff in the underworld. Yeah, this game is huge. This game is huge. There's so much shit to do. Oh man. And I've only just tapped the surface of it. It's insane. All right. Well, I think we're going to go ahead and call it a night for tonight. Because we've done quite a bit of stuff. And I've kind of like looped my way back around. I think that, you know, this is where I started and this is where I stopped. Oh, Synth is currently here. Hello, how's it going, Synth? I was finishing up the stream. What are you up to? Welcome home dropped? Okay, well now I gotta go and watch that. Shoot. Oh god. Oh god. Alrighty. Well, hey, I'm gonna go and like take a look at that. So thank you guys very much for coming out. Apparently, yeah, new welcome home stuff. Synth should know. Synth is the howdy pillar and also the Barbie BB girl. I'm off the screen. Why would you do that? Anyways, yeah, we're going to call it for the night. Share the info with me. I want to see. All right, I'm going to take off here. Thank you guys very much for coming out to the stream. I appreciate it very much. My stream schedule is Saturday, Sunday, and Wednesday, all of them starting at around 7 o'clock p.m. Central Time. And tomorrow, we are just going to be chilling out. And, yeah, right. We talked about the idea of maybe looking back on, like, the top the top songs of the 90s and the early 2000s. and you know, me giving my opinions on them, which my opinion on most songs from back in the 90s and early 2000s, they're fine. I was fine with pop music back in the day. So, yeah, it shouldn't be, I don't think it's going to be, like, crazy. But, you know, who knows? I might see a song that, like, you know, opens up an old memory of mine. You know what I mean? Let's see. And then, oh yeah, I have no idea what I'm gonna be doing for Wednesday. I have a few things that I've been thinking about maybe doing, but I'm gonna hold off on saying anything concrete until like I know for sure. Which that might be tomorrow. Who knows? Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and take off. Thank you guys very much for coming out. See you next time.